All right, ladies and gents, dim those lights and ignite those candles. Pour a nice glass of red, lay back, relax, and open up to receive an encounter as we get all up in your pod with this special cast for lovers and those who want to be loved. So let us dive in as we link and kink our souls together onto an audible anthem to prepare the mood. Welcome to A Cast with No Name. We're your hosts. I'm Jay.
And I'm Matt.
This is episode 42. This episode, we will be discussing our top 5 favorite romantic comedies. But first, don't forget to visit our website, acastwithnoname.com, comment on episodes, and write to our email, contact.acastwithnoname@gmail.com. We are not alone.
But hold on, before you get there, I gotta say, you outdone yourself, sir.
Oh, thank you. That took me all of 5 minutes.
Did it really?
Yes, to write.
It actually sounded really good.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm proud of you.
That's what I was doing when I was stalling. I kept typing.
Oh my goodness.
But
anyway,
yeah.
Back to what you were saying.
Yeah, we are not alone. We have more people. Jason is back with us.
Yes.
Who last time you were here, it was top 5 90s
Action flicks. Right?
Action flicks.
Yes.
Yep. And we are joined with our better halves, our ladies, women's.
That's right.
Our women are here, so we can go around. You introduce yours first.
Sure.
Yeah.
She can do it for herself.
Oh.
Hi, I'm Nicole. I'm Matt's wife. We've been together for 16 years, and we've been married for 11.
Has it been everything you've hoped for?
And more. So much more.
Did you hear that?
Sounds loving. Mine is, well, yeah, she can, I guess I'll let her speak for herself.
Wow.
Hi, I'm Christy. I'm married to Jay. We've been married for almost 8 years, together almost 12.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And first off, let me say, 42 episodes. That's pretty awesome.
I know.
That's a lot.
Let's stop kissing ass and introduce your fucking wife.
I forgot Heather's here.
Yeah.
Heather, I will let you also introduce yourself, my lovely wife. Heather.
Hi, I'm Heather. Jason and I have been together for about 19 years and married almost 13.
So before everyone starts assuming that we're all in our 50s because everyone's been together for about 19 and 16 years, I'm guessing both of you guys started dating in high school?
Correct.
Correct.
How about you?
College.
But you knew
each other in high school.
Knew each other in high school? Okay.
We were friends. Yep.
Yeah. So, we didn't meet until after college. So,
And it was a classy evening in a bar.
yeah, we met the old-fashioned way in a bar.
Pretender?
I think he said something similar to me of like what your introduction was, actually.
Yeah.
He sounded exactly like that,
That was
too.
the line? Holy.
That's how I approach.
Yep.
That's how I spit game.
Well, I was ready to jump in your lap while you were saying that. So.
It happens.
It works.
Yes, it does. But so you guys have been together pretty more or less since high school, actually college or whatever. But statistics are not with you guys, I shall say, just because
we are beating the statistics.
You are beating the statistics. So that'll come full circle with one of our movies that we have, because I imagine you guys probably can't relate to it. So unlike us, where we threw it in and let people throw it in for years before we found each other. We didn't just find the first person that we saw and then like, oh yeah, that's it. I can't do any better than that. So
Yeah, we tested the waters.
yeah, we tested sowed wild oats, if you will.
Don't you mean oat, Jay?
Well,
I thought you said that you lost your virginity to me.
I did. Let me just re-emphasize that. I saved myself for, I forget how old I was when we got, it was like 30-ish, 32? I was 32 when I got
You're
married.
such a whore.
I saved myself for 32 years for the perfect somebody.
Yeah, still at your parents, still living with your parents.
Yeah, well, up until 28.
He was
Saving
such a
money.
catch, right?
I was
He really
I was what you called a typical millennial. So,
Wait, you don't make the cutoff, do you?
I do. Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh.
We're millennials.
just barely there.
We are millennials. Yes, we're millennials. Unfortunately.
But-
Well, we're the older millennials, the ones who aren't.
Yeah.
We're the
Yeah.
cooler ones.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
Full disclosure, Chrissy's also my sister.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Matt is my brother.
Yeah.
And
If you haven't listened to the podcast.
and a reminder,
I don't know.
Nicole is married to Matt, not Christy.
So
married.
it's always interesting when we talk about sex. So, yeah.
Yeah, let's not start.
I remember the first time. It was Nicole was there, not in the room, but she was in the vicinity. She was in the same building.
I was in the vicinity, yes. Not
So-
in the room.
Yes.
Stress that.
All right, but let's get a move on. So, top 5 romantic comedies. Let's go to. So now the way we did this is each couple has a top 5.
That's right. We didn't want to do each person because we'd be here forever.
Yeah, it'd be longer episode than.
We would just be going through every romantic comedy ever made.
Yeah, I
So-
think our longest episode was top 5 film directors, and that was damn near
It was a 4-hour
4-hour
marathon.
podcast. Yeah. So yeah, each couple has top 5, and let's just go around the room and explain how we came up with our top 5. Do you want to start?
I'll start. It had to be a movie that we both have seen because full disclosure, Nicole gave me some input into the list, but it was mostly me, and I bounced the idea off with her.
Hey,
Sounds
I
right.
just said I didn't like the classic romantic comedies I had not seen.
That's very true. Fair. But so we both had to have seen it. Rewatchable. We both like it. We can watch it together. It's funny.
Hence
That's
the comedy.
basically it.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
basically it. Because romantic comedies aren't going to like blow your minds in terms of like how wonderful, and it's not like Lord of the Rings or what Back to the Future, your favorite film.
Yeah.
They're typically hit or miss.
Sure.
So
Yep.
that's it. Yeah, had to be a
Okay.
good movie, funny, rewatchable.
Jason, Heather.
Yeah, very similar. We didn't actually say we had to have both seen them, but I'm going through our list and we have both seen them, so I guess we can
Minus
copy
one.
-1, apparently. But we were talking on the way here about our list, and it was mostly just not exactly how good of a movie we thought it was, but how much we would want to watch it together. So
Right.
I
Like a
guess
Saturday night,
yes. So
showtime.
what would we pick to watch was probably one of the bigger criteria we used.
Yes, because we had to eliminate one still before we came here. And we decided that we would rather watch these ones over that one any day. So that's how we came to our 5.
Well, interesting.
Yeah. Very nice. For us, we each made our own list of our favorite romantic comedies. And then once we each had our own list of our favorite ones, then we looked at each other's list to see which ones matched. So that actually gave us the first initial list. And I think we had 6 that matched. Mm-hmm. And then we cut one out and then, put them in order.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just overachievers.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a lot more effort.
We got good grades in school, so
Yes.
we
Nice to do that.
we prepare. We prepare. So, are we having a competition? Which is the best couple? Yes.
Probably.
Would we win? Yes.
Yes. I mean, it's not debatable. So,
No one's counting.
but yeah, so that's our thing. Is yeah, pretty much. And they're both movies, obviously, that we watched before and that we like to watch
Yeah.
together. So,
All right. Well,
That's it.
you want to kick it off?
sure, let's kick it off.
Power couple over there.
Yes. With the 5th best.
Yes. Let's start with number 5.
Yeah, number 5, we have as. You want to introduce it?
There's something about Mary.
Yes. So,
It's a great pick.
Yeah.
it came out in 1998, directed by the Farley brothers when they made good movies and not Oscar bait
did.
bullshit.
They did used to make good movies.
Yeah, until they came out the Green Room and they still had Viggo Mortensen.
Green Book. Hey, you can't even get the title right.
Oh, shit. That's how much it affected me.
Yeah.
Green Book, to where you have Viggo Mortensen introducing Mahershala Ali to fried chicken.
There's nothing racist
Sounds
about
really
it.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine. Oscar winner.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have it as we decided to have it as number 5. Mainly for me, I think it's more comedy than it is romance.
Yes.
Although technically it is a romantic comedy. But Why do you like it?
I like the zipper scene. Definitely classic.
Do you know what they made that out of? His like testicles. It was like a rubber
Was it one of those Charlie things that they hand out in health class in 9th grade?
It's something like that, but they put like a walnut in for his testicle to make it like ripped. So like, gave that extra like.
Oh, that's interesting.
I remember behind the scenes,
the veininess.
Like, the veininess of it, and
Yeah. I thought it was just Ben Stiller's,
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't his. No.
All right, now to be dedicated to this role, you're going to have to put your testicles in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's he say when they find him? They're like, how'd you get the Frank above the bean?
Yes.
How the hell did you get the zipper all the way to the top?
Yeah.
I like the hair scene where she thinks that he has like gel on his like extra gel, and she just like slides her fingers up.
That's happened to us all at one time.
Yeah.
That's a classic.
I have actually, not that I took anything off of somebody's ear and wiped it through my hair, but I have actually experienced seeing jizz hanging from someone's ear.
Matt, you dirty.
Matt. Oh god.
In my job. Yes,
Okay.
I have seen this.
At your profession?
Oh wow.
We're not going to go into.
What do you say? What do you
Oh.
say when you see that? Like, just what's the reaction?
Hey, Gate is always about his business.
We actually thought he had an ear infection, so we took him to the emergency room. And it was discovered that he did not have an ear infection. That
They're like, this is semen.
The doctor. It's just jizz.
Yeah.
Sounds like
that is not a made up
Thank
story.
you.
That is real.
That came out of the doctor's mouth. It's just jizz. No.
Yeah.
So jizz just came out of the doctor's mouth. Okay, got it.
It's like that Louis C.K. joke where the doctor, he doesn't even care about me. He called up my head. Like, that's not what a doctor says,
What does he say again? I forget.
She's probably got something like a bunch of shit in her fucking head or I don't know, something like that.
Not cranium. Not anything.
Yeah.
Fucking head.
He used 0% of his education to diagnose me. Yeah.
But yeah, there's something about Mary, number 5. I mean, it's crass. I mean, it does. I mean, a lot of the Farrelly brothers do have some kind of romantic element in it. But I think this is probably one of their better movies overall. But
yeah, back when you can make funny movies.
Yeah.
And not offend everybody and their brother.
Yeah, and if you were gonna, I said if I would put this on the spectrum of romantic comedies, it's definitely in the absurd category.
Yeah.
But has enough, I guess, romantic undertones to qualify.
I think it would have worked even if Ben Stiller and Cameron Diaz didn't get together in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish they just didn't get together. And she went off with Brett Favre. That probably would have been a better ending.
Yeah.
Well, until now.
Because that joke land's so good. Where he leaves, he's crying, and then he's like, "You forgot your keys." He's like, "Yes," in the movie right there. That would have been perfect.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do? So.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
But yeah, that's our number 5.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay.
Johnston's.
Heather, this one was your baby. You want to go?
Okay. So number 5 is The Sweetest Thing
Oh.
with Cameron Diaz, Christina Applegate, and Selma Blair in 2002. Watched this a lot in high school. Rewatched some clips and realized how highly inappropriate it was. But it was hilarious. And one of my favorite scenes is the glory hole in the bathroom. Do you guys remember this one at all?
I've never seen The Sweetest Thing. Full
Follow the
disclosure.
yellow brick
Never
road.
seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen The Sweetest Things, but it's been such a long time I don't really remember it at all.
So Tara and Heather loved it, and Ashley remembers watching it with them too.
The
I
glory
think that's
hole.
who I watched
Okay.
it with.
Yes.
I have not seen The Sweetest Thing.
I haven't either. I've
saw
seen
it.
like parts of it.
They played it on TBS like all the time. Or USA or one of those cable network.
They probably had to cut a lot out though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So it probably wasn't the same as actually seeing it.
When did you say the movie came out?
2002.
And who? And it had Christina Applegate, Cameron Diaz.
and Selma Blair.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's also a funny scene where she borrowed a dress and there's a jizz stain on it, and she has to take it to the dry cleaner, and the old guy, the dry cleaner, knows her parents, asks how her family is. her childhood teacher comes in with a classroom to do a field trip at the dry cleaners, and then her priest comes in, and they're like, "What's this stain?" And he like licks it and he's smelling it.
He's like, I can get the stain out better if you tell me what it is.
So in a nutshell, what's the movie about?
Cameron Diaz sees this guy. I'm pretty sure it's like a rebound guy.
It's the Punisher, the actor who played the Punisher.
Oh,
Tom
Tom Jane.
Yeah. And they talk her into going to her his brother's wedding to basically tell him how she feels about him.
Because they met at a bar one night.
Yep,
and clicked,
gotcha.
But then they didn't.
So it's like a my best friend's wedding kind of thing.
Maybe.
But she doesn't really know the bride.
Correct.
Oh, she's not going for the groom. She's going for the groom's brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So she's not a bitch.
She's not a homewrecker.
Correct.
No.
She's not a dirty slut, Jane.
Yeah.
And then it's like their travel, their adventure to get there. And
Gotcha.
Yeah.
There's also a funny scene where they're in the car and something falls and Christina Applegate's driving and Cameron Diaz is getting whatever fell between Christina Applegate's legs, and then a motorcyclist is driving by watching them, and she's pretending that Cameron Diaz is giving her head in the car. Like, it just, yeah.
Wow.
It's great. It's funny, highly inappropriate, and there's romance, so... Yeah.
So it's a very sophisticated.
Oh, super sophisticated.
Well, Roger Crumble directed it, and he's the guy who did Cruel Intentions,
Okay.
which makes sense if it's crass, and then Just Friends, which I'm a big fan of Just Friends.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yes.
So I mean, he's made some good stuff.
Yep.
All right, so number 5, The Sweetest Thing.
Yes.
All right, our number 5 is The Proposal.
It's a good one.
Yeah. What do you like about The Proposal, babe?
Ryan Reynolds. He's some sweet eye candy in that
Oh,
movie.
yes.
Young Ryan Reynolds.
Sexist.
Whatever. Sandra Bullock?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah.
That's okay.
She's hilarious. It's got Betty White in it, and I just think it's funny. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it's just I like Betty White. I think she does it for me. in that
Oh,
movie.
yeah. Betty White's,
I think this is what propelled her back into the stratosphere. I think after this, she got like the Hot in Cleveland show, and then she was in every single other TV show imaginable until she died. Last year?
Mm-hmm.
Rest in peace, Betty White. 100 years old. That's pretty crazy.
Almost, I think.
Almost.
Did she make 100?
she was 100.
I
I think.
thought
I think
she
was.
She was.
Oh, I think she was going to turn 100.
Yeah, it's like
and
right
she
before her
died
birthday.
a little bit before that.
Oh, so it's really sad.
It is really sad.
Now I feel bad.
Hey, she lived a good life.
Yeah, she was 99. Aw, that's sad.
So, well, no, it was great because I think they had a 100th birthday Betty White special, and someone said, like, yeah, that would be her sense of humor because she died like 3 weeks before they were going to air it because they were going to air it while she turned 100, and then she died beforehand. So obviously, I don't think they aired the special
Oh,
because
yeah,
That might be poor taste
Yeah.
to put that out.
yeah. I mean, there's nothing it's not like a crazy special movie or anything, but it's just enjoyable. I could watch it, like you said, folding laundry or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The scene where they bump together naked, that's always a good one.
I like the scene where Sandra Bullock is like getting on the boat and Ryan Reynolds like just places his hand right on her butt, like
Oh,
to
yeah,
help
yeah.
her. That's like when they first meet or whatever.
Yeah.
Like little things like that. It is a really funny movie.
Yeah.
The shower, the one you talked about. He's like, why are you naked? Why are you wet? that one's awesome.
It's one of my favorites.
I mean, the stripper.
Yes.
Oscar from The Office.
Yes.
Well, he does everything.
Yeah,
In that town.
he's like the
He's
handyman.
the
He's
store
like,
clerk,
Yeah.
he's the handyman,
Everybody.
the
Yeah.
town stripper.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's so funny.
It makes you want to move to Alaska.
yeah,
Yes.
it shows Alaska very the constant sun
Yeah.
being out, but also it shows you a lot of Alaska that you typically don't see in movies, which is a normal city.
Yeah.
That's not covered in snow and in the mountains and people living in igloos and shit. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think after we saw that movie, we were like, we should do an Alaskan cruise
Yeah.
or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd only live in Alaska if I had their money, though.
Yeah.
The-
Oh, you mean you own the
Whatever
entire
the-
town?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because they can control the shades.
Their house was amazing, and they,
And-
control it. Yeah, the shades just closed.
Because, when they filmed that, it was all daylight, wasn't it? Like, it was all daytime in Alaska or whatever. Yeah, like their 30 days of whatever they have there, 30 days a night. It wasn't that a movie
No,
too?
well, well, that's what happens after the 30 days of sun becomes 30 days of
really
night.
good movie.
Yes.
And they get slaughtered. That's why the population of Alaska is so low.
Is that Josh Hartnett?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's one of my favorites.
That's one of the better vampire movies.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely number 47 the vampire movies.
There's so many.
Jason liked how they don't show them like in a glamorous light.
I
They're
know.
like nasty, ravenous
They don't
vampires.
sparkle?
Yeah, they don't
They
sparkle.
don't sparkle.
They don't swoon you with Brad Pitt eyes and
No.
Tom Cruise just getting you.
Great pick.
Yeah, that was a good pick.
All right.
That was a good one.
Our number 4, going off of the Sweetest thing, our number 4 is Just Friends, starring Ryan Reynolds and Amy Smart.
Is Ryan Reynolds just going to be on all of our...
I know.
Well, I mean, that was his job in the 2000s before Deadpool.
It was, yeah.
He does have a good, like, comedy, whatever, you know.
He plays like a
he's
comedic person, though.
He does. He does play
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, the brother relationship in this movie is great.
Yep.
It reminds me of, like, even Matt and I when we're... I mean,
yeah.
not that hardcore. Like, Matt wouldn't, like,
I wouldn't punch you
throw
in the
me.
throat
Or,
or
yeah.
anything.
But their bickering and everything just is a typical sibling relationship.
For sure.
Yeah, I remember seeing this in theaters, and the first thing I thought of was, I was like, this movie really shows brotherhood really, really well. And that was the thing that always stuck out with, for me in this movie. It's just like that relationship and the regressing back to
Yeah.
your earlier, who you were earlier in your life once you go back to your hometown. I thought was
Yeah.
an interesting take on it.
I liked Anna Faris in it.
Yeah.
Her and Ryan Reynolds together were pretty good.
She plays a good psycho in that.
Yes.
He's crazy. He's great.
I'm busy, stupid dick.
I thought Reynolds' Batsuit was pretty good.
I
too.
liked his,
It was really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I know. That's I always think of that. The opening shot.
I think when the credits too, they show him singing it. And
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yep. And who plays Dusty in that? I forget his name.
Chris Klein.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I forgot about Chris Klein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
American Pie guy.
He like
Because he transformed too, right? From high school.
yes,
He
he
was
was
a
like a
nerd.
Yeah.
nerd, and then he was like good looking.
Putting out an album, Simply Dustin.
Yeah.
Simply Dusty.
But he sang like the same song to every girl and all that stuff. But yeah.
The popular quarterback was fat, bald,
Yeah.
alcoholic. Yeah, love
Yeah.
it.
Suspense.
Yeah, all the songs were pretty good in it too. Like Anna Faris's songs, and yeah, they're funny.
Oh, Stephen Root was in it. He played
Oh, yeah,
he
that's
played
right,
the
the
record
boss.
producer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
What's the girl's name in there? Amy something.
Amy,
Amy
Smart.
Smart.
Yep. She was in
Oh,
a lot of
Road
movies
Trip. Wasn't
around
she in
that
Road
time,
Trip?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Road Trip, and she was in Varsity Blues.
Crank.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Craig.
I don't really remember this movie at all.
You don't just
It
friends?
kind of went under
No.
the radar.
It did.
honestly.
Yeah.
We saw it when we were looking through all this, and we were like, "Oh yeah, I remember that one," but we had forgotten about it as well.
Yeah. This movie actually kicked out Sleepless in Seattle for us.
Yeah,
So
because it's more. I feel like this is more of a comedy.
Oh, yeah,
like
agreed.
I laughed out loud more in this movie than Sleepless in Seattle.
Mhm.
But
I like the guy who wrote it. His name's Adam Tex Davis.
Oh, sounds like a badass.
It sounds like a real badass. What else he wrote? Nothing. Just like I
yeah.
thought.
Nope.
yeah,
So, but yeah, that's our
That's
number 4.
That's a
Just
good
Friends, 2005.
yep,
We had that in our honorable mention. That is a
This
very
is
good
good.
one.
yeah.
And that is, I like your point about the brotherhood. Because, yeah, I don't know the actor who plays the younger brother.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he was in was like Girl Next Door, and he played a couple of co-starring roles in some
Yeah.
movies around that time.
But him and Reynolds, yeah, they portray the brother relationship. Very good pick. So our 4 was, I don't know, this is a little maybe outside the box, but Enchanted.
Oh, I love that movie.
And I
Jason picked this.
Picked it because
Oh.
I love that they make fun of Disney movies in this. You know, and it does have some romantic undertones with I can't remember the actor's name.
Oh,
McSteamy or whatever.
McDreamy.
McDreamy.
Yeah.
Patrick Dempsey, yeah.
Patrick
Yeah.
Dempsey with him and Amy Adams.
I love how I'm giving him shit. I know all like that.
Yeah.
Fucking
It's
McDreamy,
McDreamy.
fucking idiot. When you reference
right.
Grey's Anatomy, you get it correct.
So I think Amy Adams does a really good job playing the clueless princess in the
Princess Giselle.
in New York or wherever they are, and then with Mark Marsden coming in playing the prince, he's pretty hysterical.
And he falls for, what is it, McSteamy's
McDreamy's current girlfriend.
current girlfriend. So there's like a double switcheroo.
What was
romance.
her name? She did the Frozen voice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dina Menzel?
Yes, yeah.
When
What
John
did John
Travolta,
Travolta
I'm
say?
secretly a gay man.
How do you know all this, Matt? You just like boom. Oh yeah, I know that.
I don't know.
Dina Menzel, the Broadway sweetheart.
2013 Tony Award winner, Dina Menzel.
But yeah, this one came out in 2007, and yeah, I really like it because they just make fun of Disney movies. Like, there's a part where the prince comes and then he starts singing to her, and Patrick Dempsey's like, "Oh, he sings too."
Oh, so we're doing this.
Because
Okay.
Jason hates singing in
Yeah,
movies.
it's stupid.
FYI, he hates musicals. He says
nobody just
that's
starts
not
singing.
realistic.
Yeah, a group doesn't just start singing in public. Never happens.
Well, clearly he hasn't seen West Side Story. Gang singing that movie.
La La Land.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of cheesy. It's kind of kiddish, but
It's cute.
it is something. It's rewatchable. I think if it's on and we have nothing going on, if we fold laundry. I don't believe Matt folds laundry.
Hey, I did.
He helped this morning
He does.
after I
You probably fold laundry
angrily
less
put
than
away
Matt does.
dishes.
Yeah.
Clanking,
We had a
breaking
rough
shit on the
morning,
counter.
okay?
It was a very rough morning in the Herbert Casa.
I think Enchanted was probably done wrong by their marketing, because I remember when that movie was coming out and I had no urge to see that whatsoever, and it wasn't until
that's
we
the
started dating
Yeah.
and to where Christy was like, oh, it's pretty funny, and we watched it. I was like, this is hilarious. And I was like, how is this not bigger than what it was? And because I think it felt like they were obviously targeting female demographics, but I mean they completely missed the mark, I think, as far as advertising that.
I agree, because I don't remember it like being in theaters, honestly. Not that we're big theater goers, but I don't remember that. I think, did they make a second one?
Yes, they just did. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
Our daughter said it's good.
Disenchanted.
Yes.
Oh,
I feel like
seen it.
wasn't that one of Amy Adams' like big movie breaks too? Wasn't that kind of her?
It was like Catch Me If You Can, I think, was like her first like major
Okay.
movie
I
she was
forgot
in,
she
but she had a
did
bit role in that, and then, but yeah, this is
Her
probably her first
star
starring role.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because she was nominated for Junebug. Have you ever seen Junebug?
Nope.
Yeah, it's a small, like, little indie movie. But she got nominated for that, and I think that's what led her to get this role, like a starring role.
gotcha. So yeah, that's our fourth.
It's a good one. I like that one.
Yeah, I think I haven't seen this since, I think me and Nicole saw this when we first started dating in the theater, and I don't think I've seen it since then.
So 1987. Oh, this one, Enchanted. Okay.
Enchanted.
Oh,
This one.
Okay.
All right, good pick. Our number 4 is 10 Things I Hate About You.
I love that. That was on my list.
That was on mine originally too.
It was not on mine.
But it wasn't on Jay's.
This was Matt's pick, actually.
It
Not
was.
surprised.
I love
Dina
this
Menzel.
movie. Starring Dina Menzel. It's probably my favorite like teenage comedy. Like like American Pie, Can't Hardly Wait, those movies like that. But this is my favorite one.
Yeah.
I just like the friendship between Joseph Gordon-Levitt and David Krumholtz, the guy from Santa Claus. That's
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Bernard. Yeah, David Krumholtz.
Yeah. I like the guy who plays like the rich snobby dude. He always plays the rich snobby dude in the 90s like TV shows or whatever.
Yeah, I
He's great.
can't
He's
remember
great
his
at being
name.
a jerk.
Mhm.
And then Heath Ledger's great in it. I mean, they're all good.
I like the father.
Yes.
Yeah,
The father of the girls.
uh,
Like, I'm hip. I'm with it.
something Miller.
Yeah.
And then
I-
he's like a gynecologist, so he makes them wear like a pregnant
Yeah.
Yeah, pregnant thing.
pregnancy belly.
The suit, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have you go to a dance, get jiggy with some guy. I don't care how dope his ride is.
Yeah. Well, I like the banter too. In the high school setting, I have a dick on my face,
don't I?
Yeah. It's perfect. Because a normal movie, they wouldn't like say the obvious thing like that out in dialogue. They would just let it keep going, and they wouldn't address it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's little things like that makes me laugh.
Yeah, and it was actually a adaptation, and I have to bring this up because every single fucking article that talks about this movie always talks the fact that it was an adaptation of Taming of the Shrew from William Shakespeare.
Oh, one of my favorites.
Oh yes.
Oh, yes. I knew all about that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I actually saw that. Jay's spot on.
That's your
Not
top
that-
one, isn't it?
No, but I remember reading that. About
Ron reading the clip. I thought you
Yeah.
meant seeing the
No.
like seeing a production of it. That I can see coming from Matt.
No, that was no, I'm not that good.
Adina Menzel.
Not that good. Good pick though. What happened to Julia Stiles though? Like
You know.
she just like disappeared.
She was just in a show.
She was just in a show.
And
you
on
watched.
HBO,
Was
right?
I think so.
She was in a ton of movies. Like I remember she was super
She's in a
popular.
dance movie, but I forget the name
Yeah.
of it.
Save the Last Dance.
Save the Last
Yep.
Dance.
I actually just
She was
watched
in a
that
dance
not
movie.
long ago.
I know that.
What was it called?
I don't know. Something.
But no, she's been in some movies since then, and there's a show, I swear, on HBO.
I think
or
you're right.
something.
Babe. Yeah.
She played too small of a part in the Bourne franchise,
Yes.
Yeah.
which I feel like they could have gotten anybody else, but they got Julia Stiles. I don't know if they were going to blow up her character more in those sequels, but they didn't. I think the third one was probably her biggest role in it, but and then she had a season arc on Dexter, and
Oh, yeah. Dexter.
That's right.
as far as the recent show that she's been on, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like her and Rachel Lee Cook were like huge
yeah.
in the 90s and early 2000s, and then off like
Kinda
apart and away.
stopped.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And what movies was Rachel Lee cooking?
She's all that.
She's on that. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, she was in The
Josie
Lake.
and the Pussycats.
She was in The Lake. It's a 2022 TV series. Just came out.
Oh.
On June 17th. Don't know what it's about.
Probably
won't watch
a lake.
It's on Amazon Prime along with everything else.
You said it's called The Lake?
Yes.
The Lake.
The Lake. Okay.
Very dramatic.
Dun, dun, dun. Everyone's getting wet at the lake.
Anyway, that's our number 4.
All right.
I love that.
I do too.
You talk about our number. You introduce our number 3.
Okay, so
Oh, calm down.
just trying to stop. It's so inappropriate. Okay, so our number 3 is Always Be My Maybe, starring Ali Wong and Randall Park. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this. It's
Never
on
seen it.
Netflix.
Never heard of it.
It is a hidden gem, let me
Yes.
tell you. It is so good.
So there was
I was very surprised by it.
yes, there was a drought of romantic comedies in the 2010s, and then I call it the Asian invasion. Just even though it's just 2 rhymes or two movies, because it's Crazy Rich Asians and Always Be My Maybe. Came out like Crazy Rich Asians was 2018, 2017, and then this came out
2019.
on Netflix in 2019. And
Isn't it? I've seen this. I think. Isn't it Keanu Reeves in this?
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. He plays like a weird version of himself.
I have seen this now that I'm
I don't
watching
think
a
we've
clip
seen
of it.
this. I don't
And
think we watched it either.
It's about these two.
Watch it.
It's about these two people. They lose their virginity to each other in high school. So probably similar to you guys. And then, but they go off their separate ways, and then they come back, and then romantic hilarity ensues.
Right.
But yeah, it's actually written by Randall Park and L.A. Wong, and it's very well done, very entertaining. They have some small things in there that are like very realistic, like your
I was
favorite.
gonna say, yeah, that I think between Randall Park and Ali Wong, they have like a very realistic relationship. Like I feel like their banter is like me and Jay, you know, like how we talk to each other and just like their one-liners and, you know, stuff like that. But even there's a scene where they get done, you know, they just lost their virginity to each other. And the awkwardness in the car, like they're trying to cuddle, and he's like, he's trying to cuddle her, and he just like rests her hand right on her face, and then she's like, "So where'd you get your condom?" And he's like, "I've had it since 7th grade." And she goes, "Who taught you how to put it on?" And he's like, "Oh, a lady came and showed us one day in 7th grade." And she goes, "Oh, did you just practice it at home?" He's like, "I didn't." Or did you use a banana at home to practice? And he's like, "I didn't need a banana."
Because he's talking about his penis.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks, Jay.
But yeah, I mean, this was, as I said, like in the 2010s, I felt like there was like no romantic comedies that had come out.
I think you're right, yeah.
But then you had Crazy Rich Asians, and then you had this movie, and I thought that was actually going to kickstart. I mean, Netflix has put out some romantic comedies, but Always Be My Maybe, I think, is probably their more popular one that they've done. They've done a couple other ones with like Adam Devine,
the guy from Pitch Perfect, right?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They did one with him and Alexandra Daddario and him and somebody else, and then
I missed that one, but never saw it.
Yeah.
But Randall Park does have some good, like, he's got a band in the movie, and they have some pretty catchy songs.
Oh,
in
yeah?
Yeah, the what is it called? Score of the movie is pretty good. Like, there's a lot of gangster rap and stuff like you wouldn't
the music
expect.
selection?
Yeah.
Your favorite,
It's really-
right, Chrissy?
yeah,
I know you
yeah.
like the gangster rap.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So,
I like Ali Wong's stand-up. Have you guys
Yes.
seen that?
She's good.
Yeah.
I thought she was
She's good.
funny.
I love her. She's like, "I'm growing eyeballs here" while she's pregnant. And
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh, I'm so glad your husband went to your appointment." She's like, "Screw you, I'm coming to my appointments. I'm over here growing eyeballs."
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And
yeah, she's
it's really funny.
good.
So I'll have to definitely check that one out.
Mhm. Yeah, they're both really good in it. So, but
I do remember
We should
liking
watch that one again.
I do remember liking the Keanu scene.
oh yeah, he's
like-
great in it.
You're dating fucking Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever seen the clip of Keanu Reeves on the Stephen Colbert Late Night Show?
No.
Where he's like, "Keanu, what happens to us when we die?" And there's a long pause, and then Keanu being Keanu's like, "I know that those that love us will miss us." And then everyone's like crying in the audience, like, "Oh my god, it's so it's so beautiful." All right.
Good pick, guys.
Nice.
Yeah, it's really good.
Our number 3, correct?
Yes.
Our number 3.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Classic
That's a good one.
Yep, that is a good one.
with Kate Hudson, Matthew McConaughey, 2003.
Very good.
Did
Jay.
like this might be a little bit
Tell
about
me
Jay.
So,
What?
I mean, it's,
Sorry, huh?
I mean,
Oh wait, am I thinking? Oh, never mind. I'm thinking of a different movie. Just kidding. I was thinking of Failure to Launch.
oh,
You know,
yeah,
Christy
no.
met
Not as good.
Jay,
Not as
still
good.
living at home.
Yeah.
that does sound like your
Aw.
life, Jay, a little bit.
That was actually
I like coming home to a
Based-
nice
yeah.
place, which I think was a quote from.
that movie was a true story
Yes.
about Jay and I.
Christy was hired by Jay's parents.
My father is not Terry Bradshaw.
Do you get to see his ass in the movie? Terry Bradshaw's
You do.
You do.
in Failure to Launch.
Yes. It's a
Okay.
nice ass.
Sorry though, I was thinking the wrong movie.
No, you're good.
No worries.
They're similar, but I think How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is your classic romantic comedy. McConaughey's great. Kate Hudson's great. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Heather, I believe she works at like a magazine or
Yes.
something.
And she's trying to show all the things that women do wrong in relationships.
Right.
So that's what she's doing with him. And then he makes a bet with his buddies, I think.
Yeah.
Coworkers or
It's
something.
coworkers, so he
Co-workers.
can have an account because his boss is like, you know, diamonds are forever, and you go through women like you go through underwear type situation.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, if I can land a woman and maintain a relationship, then I get this diamond account. So it's like a job thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he thinks he's like, I can make any woman fall in love with me, like that. So they've got these two bets going on that completely conflict each other. And then, he's working his charm and she's doing the typical crazy woman thing.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Dive into that a little bit more, Jason.
Yeah,
What
let's talk about that.
What's a typical crazy woman thing?
Yeah, just normal stuff they do.
Hysteria?
Jason.
Do you know the word hysteria came from hyster, which means womb?
Oh,
Does it really?
Yeah.
very interesting.
Hysterectomy, hysteria. Not a coincidence.
You're a wise man.
I think you're talking about kids, not us.
I don't know if
Yeah.
he's making this up. He could.
He looks
possibly-
serious.
He looks serious, but I don't know.
But yeah, very good one. A lot of good scenes in there. A lot of good back and forth with Kate and McConaughey, and then they eventually, I think they find out in the end what's going on, but then
Yes.
they end up, still falling in
They're
love.
hurt, but then
Yeah.
they're like, we love each other, and
Right.
she does the crazy thing with the love fern. You killed her love fern.
Yeah.
Wait, why'd you say crazy, Heather?
That was like, I have a love fern at home.
But yeah, she,
I was like, Jason, we should get a love fern.
she's
Just kidding. Just
She's
kidding.
she's going crazy in front of his buddies playing poker. Yeah, I mean, it's just good.
Yeah, that is a good scene. Isn't Adam Goldberg in that scene?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and then Thomas Lennon, I think, is in that.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one I sent, but for later.
And by the way, Donald Petrie directed it, and he did Grumpy Old Men, which is one of my favorite comedies of the
Great
90s.
movie.
Great movie.
Does Kate Hudson age? I mean, Jesus, I swear I just saw a picture of her.
Neither does her mother.
No.
Plastic
This movie's
surgery.
20 years old. I feel so
Botox
old.
people.
Yeah, that's true.
It is
She
2003.
looked lovely in that yellow
Yeah.
dress, though. I remember seeing that yellow
Yes.
dress, and I was like, goodness, she looked great in that.
Tell me more, Heather, about the
Yeah.
It was so pretty.
It was.
I wanted that dress for prom or something. I don't know. Well, it was 2007, so I guess not prom.
Yeah.
And this movie came out.
I remember the yellow dress. Didn't somebody have the yellow dress at prom? I feel like a classic gold dress.
That's something. I
Somebody
feel like
did.
someone
I
had
had
it at
graduated
something.
college by that point, so
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's
Oh,
2003. Sorry.
2003.
It's 2003, so
Oh.
yeah.
I thought you said 2007.
Someone might have. I feel like you might be right. I don't know.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me either.
It wasn't me.
You had that pretty.
All right, that is a good pick. All right, well, our number 3 is Friends with Benefits.
Oh.
Is that the Justin Timberlake one, or is that the Ashton Kutcher
Yeah,
one?
Justin Timberlake.
No Strings Attached is the Ashton Kutcher one.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Because it's like a Dante's Peak and Volcano situation
exactly.
with those two
It's
movies.
the exact same movie, but this one is far superior than
Okay. So which one is this again?
Friends with Benefits.
Friends with Benefits.
I don't think
Yeah,
I've
so this is like my top one that I think is just hilarious. Basically, it's Justin Timberlake, Mila Kunis. She's a headhunter. She lands Justin Timberlake a job with GQ magazine, and basically they're friends. They go from professional to being friends, and then from there they're kind of just like they compare sex to playing tennis.
As one does.
Yep, why not? And so they end up having sex, but they like give each other feedback throughout the in their first sexual encounter, and then
Is that not normal?
Yeah, we do the same thing. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I
A
get-
for
I get-
effort, but kind of lagging at the end.
Okay. Well, and then as with most sexual relationships, it ends up growing, and they end up dating. So first they're friends with benefits, but then at the end they end up dating, and I don't know. It's hilarious, and the whole, Mila Kunis, she's quirky, and I think Justin Timberlake's just a funny guy in general. So
Yeah, I agree. I think Justin Timberlake is very underrated as an actor. He's good.
He does well, honestly. Yeah.
The scene where he has to take a piss when he has a boner is hilarious because I relate to that 100%. Like when he leans
Every morning.
he's, like, leans over.
Does he just like do a handstand on top of the toilet or something? So
yeah.
just
It's good.
I love those scenes. And Me, Myself, and Irene.
Yeah.
and it starts being... That's every morning as a guy.
why am I peeing like I've been up all night having sex?
Yeah. But another underrated piece of this movie is Woody Harrelson's in it. He is hilarious.
Dickly dickly.
Yes, he is a hilarious supporting role. There's another scene where they're doing like a GQ cover, and they have all these guys lined up, and they look nude, and he's like, "Is this too gay?" And Justin Timberlake is like, so he's like, "Okay, bring in the ladies," because they were just all guys holding onto each other, and he brought in the women. But he's very funny in it as well.
Yeah, I've never seen that one. I saw the other one.
I haven't either.
With Natalie Portman and Ashton Kutcher, which that's a nice coincidence that Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis each did a movie about banging
I know, that is funny.
randos. And
I'm sure it was a
They're
coincidence.
together. Yeah.
because I mean, obviously because they weren't together at the time. But,
Yeah, I would just see it for Woody Harrelson. Seriously, he's in it for like maybe 15, 20 minutes, but every scene is worth it. He's great. It's hilarious.
What's the tennis match and the sex? How does that correlate? I'm curious.
I think that was it. I'm trying to remember. It's either tennis. It's like playing tennis. Like you have a partner in tennis, and you just play. I think that's the way it goes. And yeah.
Okay.
Or is
I think they
don't
referenced
remember.
volleying.
Is it volleying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Tennis isn't fun if you just dominate the other person and you can't like play with them.
Back and forth. Back and forth.
Right.
Okay.
Same with sex. That's like the analogy they were given. Like if you have someone that's overpowering you or doesn't know how to play, then it's just.
I disagree. Huh? What? Babe.
Jay, tell us more about that.
What? No, 15 Love. Tennis. Fall boys.
Advantage. Jay.
Name.
Deuces.
Nicole's looking at us like, do you know tennis scoring, Nicole?
I don't know tennis.
A little bit, yes.
Okay.
But I was more or less wondering what the sound was upstairs.
Oh.
Children are.
Yeah.
Or crotch goblins.
Are they still listening?
Sounds like they're rearranging your living
Yes.
room up there.
Yeah, Maggie's probably.
Courtney's up there.
It sounds like our ceiling's gonna cave in here. So
It probably will.
Yeah.
Yep. It'll be fine.
All right. Well, that was our number 3.
I'll
All
have to watch that one.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that entirely.
It's really good. I recommend.
I
I've seen
recommend
clips.
I feel like
Yeah.
I've seen clips as well, but I don't know about the whole thing.
We own it.
That was 3.
You guys
right?
can come over and watch it if you would like.
Perfect. It's a date.
I like it.
I'll just
Sounds
rent it on
good.
Amazon.
You weren't invited anyways, Jen.
Yeah, Jay, you don't have to come over.
All right, our number 2 is Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Good one.
Oh, that's a good one.
So, and came
Also
out.
Mila Kunis, right?
Yeah, Mila Kunis came out in 2008, and which is probably one of the best years of movies, along with 84 and 99, a couple other movies. But yeah, it does. This movie does a good job as far as exploring post-breakup depression and the possibility of reuniting with their ex and how that may not live up to standards.
Yes.
I mean, you guys probably can't relate because you guys. I mean, first people you dated, you married, right? Like that's
Correct.
Okay.
For the
So-
Johnsons, yes.
So usually if you break up, then there's like that kind of, oh, should we get back together kind of thing. And usually if you do, it's just not as good as the first time. But it kind of explores that, but it is also very funny.
Yeah, this is one of the. I didn't even think of this as a romantic comedy because it is so funny.
Yes.
It just goes into my just a comedy movie brain, not really, but it is a romantic comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, the scene where he's like, "I got a surprise for you." You
Yes.
can hear the sound.
Oh, yeah.
I
The
can't believe
naked
they did
scene?
that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's good.
It's the way Christy starts her Monday. Every day she gets out of the shower. And
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
Before she-
Christy gets out of the shower.
she gets out of the shower, but then I'm like, hey, before you go to work, I have a surprise for you.
Okay.
And she's usually like, I'm not surprised.
I'm a little disappointed.
You guys are early birds. Is that at like 4 a.m.?
Well, not anymore. You wake
Oh,
up later
yes.
now. So.
different
So
job
good.
now. Yes. Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah, I like in the naked scene where she breaks up with him and he still doesn't put his clothes on.
Yeah, he just stands there naked. Yeah.
Because then the relationship's over.
Yeah, he's like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not putting any clothes on because that means it's over.
Which that actually did happen to Jason Segel. So he wrote this movie
After a breakup?
Yeah, and after a break, like he was broken up with while he was naked one time, and he said during the instance he was thinking of how he wanted to go to the next room and write it down really quick because he thought it would be funny in a story. So
It was funny.
but there's a lot of similarities to what he went through, and I'm assuming him writing this movie because he has his rock opera that he's working on, and to where that was probably the equivalent of whatever this movie that he wrote during that time. So
Yeah, I like his little opera that he sings. What was it, Vampire? It was like a Muppet.
Yeah, Muppet Vampire.
Yeah,
show.
well, he went into the Muppet movie. He wrote that because I think this movie showed
his love for Muppets.
His love for Muppets, so they trusted him with it.
Oh, and I like Sarah Marshall's show.
Oh yeah. Every NBC CSI bullshit show.
She walks in. He's like one of the Baldwins.
It's Steven or something.
Yeah,
I think it's William.
Like, oh Jesus, he's like 6th tier.
Yeah, he's like, oh, we're so lucky that the criminal, there's semen everywhere.
We're so lucky you ejaculated.
Yeah.
The entire crime scene before he left.
I like the pediatrician that he goes to look at his junk.
Yes.
He's like, could you just take a look? He's like, you just tell him a pediatrician. You're sitting on a fire truck. He's like, just look at it. He's like, it's a beautiful cock.
Good looking cock.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Russell Brand's pretty funny in it.
Yeah.
I think when he sings the song to Sarah Marshall in the middle of the luau or whatever it is.
Oh, all of his songs in there are just
They're hilarious.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd's in it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You sound like you're from London.
Oh, the weather outside is weather.
Yeah. What was the song called? Do Something?
Yeah.
Where he's like, all the world's problems. He's like, we gotta do something. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, just the vapid protest songs that U2 puts out every year.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a good song though, because everyone talks about that. We got to do something.
Yes.
They never tell you what to do.
Yeah.
It's very vague.
Good pick.
Yeah.
All right. So our number 2, the first repeat of the podcast.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yep. This is Heather's favorite one, so I'll let her start.
I love it. The Proposal.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's hilarious, and I love the romance in it. And if I see it on the TV, I'm definitely going to watch it every time.
Yeah.
I also love Betty White in it. My absolute favorite scene is when they're doing the seance dance.
Yes.
And Sandra Bullock really gets into it. They're like, the sweat dropping on my balls. All these bitches fall. And Ryan Reynolds walks over and sees them in the forest and is just watching it. And then she turns around and sees him. And it's hilarious. It's a great movie. The dog, the little fluffy dog, they have to watch out for the eagles, and she loses it outside and is chasing after it. And yeah, like you guys said earlier, Alaska's just beautiful. And I just like the whole thing. And I like how they, at the end of the movie, when they are getting together for real, they still have to do those interviews because she still is essentially a fugitive of Canada. No, not a fugitive, alien.
Her
visa expired.
Yeah, sorry, not a fugitive, but yeah, it's great. It's one of my absolute favorites.
Well, in that scene with Betty White, isn't that when he kind of realizes that he's having more feelings with her because he's seeing a different side of her?
Yes.
Not the strict.
Yes.
That's one of the turning points.
Which I think is why that scene is that much, that whole scene has a lot going on, and it's great.
Yep.
I literally was laughing hysterically when I first saw that.
Yes. It is good.
Doesn't Ryan Reynolds say balls after? Because she's chanting him to the ground and East Side Boys, and he looks at her and he's like, balls?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see why this is one of your favorites, Heather, because I can totally see you acting like that, not knowing quite what to do.
Yeah. I'm awkward like that, totally.
Yeah, that'd be good. No, that's good.
I thought, a lot of what you guys said for yours, it's very similar. Sandra Bullock, I thought everyone in Canada was nice, and she is very bitchy in that movie.
Well, is she from? Oh, that's right. She's from Canada.
Yeah.
So, but very good. And what's the song? The rap song? That she really... It takes two to make a thing go right.
Oh, yeah, that's Rod Bass and
Chet.
Easy Rock.
Easy Rock.
Yeah.
Look at you!
I
That's
never
a
know
shocker.
music. I'm very proud of myself right now.
She's never gotten an artist right. Like, ever. Wow.
And
Shocker.
that one...
Showing
is-
off for the podcast.
That's a very... Yeah, unknown.
It's very unknown.
But that's also another scene, I think, like Nicole, like you said, when they're... I think that's the first night, and he's on the floor, and he's, like, making fun of her about that, but they're connecting a little bit.
Yeah, they're moving beyond that whole, like,
Right.
we're just pretending to be together so you can get a green card type
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty funny. I like it.
Yeah, he was voluntold to marry her.
Yes, he was.
Very good.
All right.
Very nice.
Our number 2 is The Breakup.
Oh.
With Vince Vaughn and Jennifer Aniston.
Yes.
Yep.
We both love this movie because I don't think there's a better movie out there that exemplifies actual fights that couples have.
Yes.
I have a clip in the kitchen scene. It's like me and Nicole have had this fight, I don't know, when we first started dating. And
Like, literally kind of this morning. I mean, we didn't fight,
Yeah.
but he got home from drinking last night, and
I'm a man.
our kids were being hellions this morning, and the dishes were still in the sink, and there's laundry to be folded, and the kids
Shocker.
need bath, and Matt's sitting his ass on the couch.
We had a rough night, Nicole.
I
We
don't
worked
care.
hard.
I needed a cup of Joe.
I don't care. So, like, I'm in the kitchen and I'm, like, angrily, like, putting things or getting ready to put stuff in the dishwasher.
Yeah.
And he's like, do you want to watch Sleepless in Seattle with me? I was like, no. I need to do the dishes and yada yada.
And I'm like,
And so
alright.
he comes
it's
over
time to get some
finally
stuff done.
and starts helping. But at that point, I'm like, I don't even want your help. And that's like so exemplified in The Breakup because
Yeah.
they literally have this fight.
I
I
love-
want you to want to do the dishes.
Why would I want to
want
do this?
Yeah.
I feel like I've said that before. I want you to want to do it. I don't want to have to tell you.
Exactly. 100%.
Yeah.
That is a very good one. And, yeah, it's hilarious when you can, like, I put myself in Matt's shoes this morning. When you feel the tension, because,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah. It's a sixth sense.
and you're just like,
Yep.
she's being crazy right
Her
now.
cadence is off.
Right?
How she,
Yeah.
you know, her dialogue, I'm like,
Is she being crazy or are you guys being lazy?
Yeah.
I don't feel like
Crazy.
that bowl needed to be put away that aggressively.
exactly. Wow, that cabinet was slammed pretty hard.
I mean, he catches on pretty quickly, but at that point, it's kind of like, I'm
Yeah.
already angry about it, so.
Yeah.
I know.
And another reason why I love this movie is it doesn't end on a happy note.
Yeah, they don't end up
They don't
together,
end
right?
together.
Yeah.
Hey, good foreshadowing, too, because you mentioned that
Mm-hmm.
in the beginning. Now you're coming back to it.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah, the fight scenes are so good, though. Yeah. Jennifer Aniston and
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn are,
Pretty good.
you know, Vince Vaughn's very good at that, just rambling and
Yeah.
everything, but she does it back to him well. Yeah. What's the one fight when they talk about family? She's like, my sister's been through a lot of dick. So good. Guys, when has it ever gone well when you said you're acting crazy to your wife?
Oh, I haven't said that. But
I've never said that.
No,
Yeah.
that's right.
Wife and I don't fight.
I don't know
We're,
if I've ever said it, but I mean, I think I've insinuated
Yeah.
it a few times.
Perfect relationship.
And then you get the really big eyeballs.
Yeah,
looking back at
I get
you.
the look.
I do a
You get the
really big
look.
like eyebrow raise and my eyeballs like bulge out.
Yeah.
You gonna go there, Jason?
I know when I've crossed the line, she goes, like, that's it. Right
You
there.
Yeah,
the
the
look.
eyes.
The head tilt, the eyes open, eyebrows up. I'm like, fuck.
You're in trouble.
Nicole has a look too.
Yeah, so does Matt. Don't let it fool you.
I do.
I think everybody has a look,
Yes.
Do I have a look?
a tone.
And with Matt, sometimes I'll laugh because our arguments are usually kind of stupid. And sometimes it just gets to the point I start laughing, and that does not help the situation. It's just like, this is such a stupid argument.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree. That does infuriate me when people start laughing. I'm like, all right.
And I'm
Okay.
checked out.
I'm gonna shit in your nightstand.
Oh.
Well, anyway, that's our number 2.
It's a good one.
Good one.
So, all right, our number 1.
Yes, our number 1 is The Wedding Singer.
Really? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
Came out in 1998. Adam. It's I think it's the first one with Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore.
Yes.
And I think their chemistry in movies together, I think it's on par with like Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks and Walter Matthau, Jack Lemmon, Farley and Spade, and Newman and Redford.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just very, very good together on screen. To where maybe not so necessarily funny, but they play off of each other very, very well.
Yes.
And the amount of chemistry they have for like 50 First Dates and The Wedding Singer is really well done.
So obviously you like The Wedding Singer more than 50 First Dates.
Yeah, because this is one that was on both of our... Was this on both of our lists? 50 First Dates and The Wedding Singer?
Yeah, they both were. And we picked The Wedding Singer because there initially was going to be 2. We didn't want 2 Adam Sandler, Drew Barrymore
so we
movies.
just picked
We
one.
picked The Wedding Singer. I liked 50 First Dates more because of Sean Astin. And like his whole character, I think, makes that movie for me. But
yeah,
I feel like
he's very funny.
yeah. It's not Deuce, it's Performance Enhancement Supplement.
Yeah. I'm shocked though. I thought you would have picked 50 First Dates over the Wedding Singer.
I feel like I can rewatch The Wedding Singer more.
It's funnier. Yeah, I think it's funnier.
I like the music in it.
Oh yeah.
And I like Adam Sandler's song about like half of it's Linda, like when he's with Linda, and then the other half is they broke up. Yeah. And when he sings it in front of the other wedding singer, and he's like, I'm gonna reap all his benefits or whatever, because he's all sad or whatever.
Oh, John Lovitz. So, yeah.
Yeah, he's Sandler and Drew Barrymore's characters, I think, are better people in The Wedding Singer than what 50 First Dates. Adam Sandler's kind of an ass. Just banging people, throwing it in whoever.
Yep. Tourist. He always sleeps with the tourist.
Yeah, tourists. And it's kind of, thinking about it, kind of creep mode, but it's still a great movie. But yeah, I mean, you have the spoof of the 80s, because, I mean, that's not how the 80s was by any means. It's like, it's the Hollywood 80s, to where the 80s was more like Adventureland and movies like that, to where it was just low-key.
Yeah.
Not everything was so shiny and colorful and a spoof of itself. But yeah, you have a clip, don't you? Did you not send it to?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you did? I thought you sent it to.
I didn't send it. I'm sorry.
Well, now, all right, we got to start over really quick.
Welcome
to Cast with No Name. We're your hosts. I'm Jay.
Stop.
All right.
That's all right.
Nope, no problem.
Here, we'll just role play, Christy. You be whoever you want the clip to be about. I'll be the other person.
It was the song.
Yeah,
it was the.
He wrote it when he was like half together with Linda and half together without, or half without Linda.
But I also like the song that he does at the end of the movie on the airplane.
Oh yeah, that's
like the
Grow Old With You.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And then I love who's Drew Barrymore's fiance? Glenn.
Yeah. Glenn.
And his last name's Gulia.
Yeah.
I love when she's standing in front of the mirror. She's like, Julia Gulia.
That's funny. Why is it funny? I don't know.
Yeah, that's our number one.
All right. Our number one
This one's you.
also has wedding in it, but it's Wedding Crashers.
Oh,
That's a good one.
that is a good one.
Yeah. So I had to convince Heather, because she was like, that's just a comedy. I'm like, it is definitely more comedy, but it revolves around the story of, I can't remember the name, and the actors.
Owen Wilson.
Oh, yeah?
No. Luke.
Ben.
Owen, yes.
Yeah.
Owen Wilson trying to get Rachel McAdams.
Mm-hmm.
And they do end up together at the end, but, like, not yet.
Yeah.
But it's, it's likely going to happen. But, I mean, this one just, it's so quotable. It came out in 2005, right after we graduated. We're in college. But, like, it's kind of like up there with the Ron Burgundy,
Yeah, oh yeah.
All the quotes you can do. You lock it up.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of actors. There's the Will Ferrell.
Chaz. Yeah,
Chaz.
Will Ferrell. Christopher Walken.
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper,
Bradley
yeah.
Cooper,
That's
yeah.
like, this is the first movie I remember seeing Bradley Cooper in, and he was amazing in it.
He was Rachel McAdams' fiance, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
He was a dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And-
No, you're right though. It was so quotable. That's all we did in college was quote
Right.
this movie.
What is our situation, Dad?
I got stage 5 clinger.
Yeah.
I think you heard me.
I mean, the motorboat and son of a bitch. I feel like that's...
Yeah.
You vote for speed or for comfort?
Yeah.
What
You
you
old
talking me?
sailor, you.
Talk to me. We got some real problems. I got jacked off under the table. What were boobs like?
I'm keeping the pain. It was a gift, Todd.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's good.
Makes me want to watch it now. I've seen it a lot.
Really, really classic.
I like how crazy the redhead is.
Oh, yeah.
I'll find you. Yeah.
That's my clip.
Well, in the end, they get together. They get
Yes.
married.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Romance.
When he goes to see Chaz, like, I'm crashing funerals, man.
He's like, oh.
What?
They're so horny. Isn't that what he says?
Yeah.
Fishing with dynamite, baby.
Yeah.
Living the dream.
Yeah. Well, this movie definitely ends on more romance than comedy.
It does.
Yeah, it starts more comedy.
Yeah.
And then, exactly.
Yeah, it
Right.
definitely goes down a slope. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's great.
She
Yeah.
kind of reminds me of Amy Adams a little bit.
Yes.
Like her appearance or whatever. I don't know her name. but-
Elsa.
Lisa Fisher.
Yeah.
Elsa Fisher.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's married to Borat, right?
She's married to
She
Borat.
is.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Which
Definitely married up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Joe DiMaggio told us that Borat should be our
Oh, yeah.
top romance
Yeah,
movie
because
he loves,
he loves Pamela
Anderson.
Oh, yeah,
he's trying to, get with her. The
yeah.
entire
Yeah, yeah. Pamela.
Pamela.
Have you seen Pamela?
Yeah.
Don't talk to me, Gypsy.
I was like, yeah, I don't know about that.
So, yeah, that's our number one.
Nice.
And really, like, the criteria, like this one, Wedding Crashers, if it's on, I'm going to leave it on. Unless,
Oh, always.
unless
Always.
there's, like, a sporting event or something else I'm watching. Right, Jay?
Sports.
Right, Jay? Right, Jay?
So fucking
Speaking
stupid.
of, while we were trying to make this list, Jason was watching sports.
Yes.
And I'm
As
like,
you
hey,
should.
I need some input here.
Yeah. I'm like, I'll be right with you, okay?
Hold on a second.
So, yeah, that's our number one. This one, I actually went and saw the theaters with my brother, and just, I remember how funny it was
Yes.
in the theaters with everyone around you laughing at everything.
That's the best way to see a movie. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Like, there's so many good scenes in it, like the football scene, the
Yeah,
dinner
yeah.
scene.
Yeah.
Would that make you love me?
Jesus.
Hot route. Just go.
Let's go over that. All right. Well, good pick. Our number one is Crazy Stupid Love.
Ooh. I
Yep.
like that one.
I don't think I've seen that one.
I don't think I've seen it either.
It's got Steve
I've heard of
Carell.
it.
It's got Steve Carell, Ryan Gosling's in it, Julianne Moore, Emma Stone, Marissa Tomei, Kevin Bacon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ooh, that one's loaded.
It's
Yeah.
loaded. It's essentially it's about Steve Carell and Julianne Moore. They're married. They want to take time apart.
Well,
Yeah,
she wants
separate.
to take time apart.
She wants to take time apart
She has an affair with
Correct.
Kevin Bacon.
with David Lindhagen. That's Kevin Bacon's character's name.
Mhm.
And then just Steve Carell's depressed throughout the movie. He goes to a bar. He runs into Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling kind of takes him under his wing, kind of teach him how to date. Pick up girls, all
Yeah,
that
'cause
stuff.
he feels that Steve Carell's character is just like so pitiful, and he keeps talking about David Lindhagen, and Ryan Gosling's character, he's like this playboy. He has money. He gets every girl in the bar, and then Ryan Gosling's character actually ends up dating Steve Carell's daughter and picking her up. So then it's like this budding new relationship, and then it's kind of like for Steve Carell and Julianne Moore, it's like the grass is greener on the other side, at least for Julianne Moore, and
Yeah.
it turns out to not be so green. But it's hilarious. Marissa Tomei, she's in it for a little bit, and
She's crazy.
she's crazy. What's the scene when she's like, "It's okay for me to go down on you for 45 minutes because you're nervous."
Yeah. Yeah. So you have Steve Carell, Julianne Moore, and then Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone. They there's two storylines: him trying to reconnect Steve Carell with his wife, and then Ryan Gosling connecting with Emma Stone. So there's like two stories in one. The writing's great. The ending's awesome. So Dan Fogelman wrote it, and if you ladies are fans of This Is Us, that's who created This Is Us. So he's got good writing chops. Glenn Ficarra and John Requa, I think they did. Focus. I don't know if you ever seen that with Will Smith.
I haven't.
Not a lot of people saw it. It's got Margot Robbie and Will Smith. He plays a con man. It's a pretty good movie. Yeah, I mean, I love Crazy Stupid Love. It's rewatchable. It's funny, quotable. I'm surprised you guys haven't seen it.
Looks like
We saw
might
it
be on
once,
Netflix.
or I saw it once.
Yeah, we saw it.
You've seen it multiple times.
Yeah,
I think.
we watched it for the first time together.
Oh.
I had never seen it before.
You haven't
that.
seen it since?
No.
He's got a great pickup line in it, Ryan Gosling, where she's like, so he's going to a department store trying to dress up Steve Carell, and then the lady who's recommending clothes is, attractive and is talking to Ryan Gosling, and he goes, so what are you doing tonight? She's like, I don't know. He's like, I know what you're doing tonight. And then it works, and then Steve Carell's in the background like, that's it? That's all it took? And they look at each other. It's like, yeah, it works. He comes out all defeated. It's funny.
Do you guys own this one also?
Yes,
We
we
do.
do.
Okay, well, we're gonna have to have some rom-com movie dates.
Yeah. Oh, if this thing was a physical copy, it'd probably be our most worn out movie. I mean, you put it on a lot, right?
I mean, I watch it a lot. It's like kind of like my fall asleep movie. Like
That's what I'm.
if it's just something to put on, but it's always makes me laugh and I enjoy watching it. So.
Yeah.
There's the scene when he's getting a makeover, and what does he say about? He's like, your under eyes look like ball sacks.
Yeah.
It's just
It is a good one. I like that.
Good. Well, let's do a quick recap
Sure.
of all of them. We can go. You want to rattle them off?
Oh, sure. So
Number 5 was.
our number 5 is There's Something About Mary. 4, Just Friends. 3, Always Be My Maybe. 2, Forgetting Sarah Marshall. And 1, The Wedding Singer.
Okay, and our top 5: 5, Sweetest Thing. 4, Enchanted. 3, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. 2, The Proposal, which was the only repeat, I believe.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. And
I thought we'd have a lot more.
Number 1,
I did
Wedding
too.
Crashers.
All right. Number 5, The Proposal. Number 4, 10 Things I Hate About You. 3, Friends with Benefits. 2, The Breakup. And 1, Crazy Stupid Love. Yeah, I am shocked that we didn't have more repeats.
I know.
I for sure thought we'd have at least 2 or 3.
All right. Well, I hope everyone was all filled up with love
Jesus, Jay.
during this.
Get it, Jay. Yes.
You laid it on thick.
Valentine's Day,
Happy
huh?
Valentine's Day, everybody. But join us next time.
Yes.
Next time we will shrink back down to a manly size of 2. Just 2 dudes.
Staring at each other.
In the dark basement.
In the
In our dark
Nothing
basement.
better than that.
As we explore and discuss and answer the question, is Cutthroat Island really that bad?
Yes. A
So,
question that's on everyone's mind.
Yes.
Have you ever seen Cutthroat
Is that a
Island?
movie?
Never heard of it.
I've never heard of that.
so it came out in 1995, stars Gina Davis, a real man's man.
Oh.
Yes.
And it's considered one of the biggest box office bombs to where a lot of producers.
It actually bankrupted a studio.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So,
It's one of the only movies to ever do that.
Yep.
One movie.
What actors are in it again?
Gina Davis and Matthew Modine?
I think.
Is that right?
I don't know.
I don't know. Generic white dude
Yeah.
from the 90s.
Matthew Modine. That name sounds familiar. What has he been in?
Ooh.
Stranger Things. He plays
Yeah,
Papa.
he plays
Yes.
Papa.
And he was in every single 80s thing ever.
Every
Yes. Okay.
every
Yep.
single 80s thing.
And
But
Gina Davis.
Beetlejuice.
She's in a League of
Jesus,
Their
League of
Own.
Their
League of Their
Own.
Own. Okay, that's
Yeah.
Pull
what
your
I
head
thought.
out of your fucking ass.
That's what I thought, Jay.
It is Matthew Modine. There we go.
But yeah, so we'll be watching that with fresh eyes, and because
Actually, I'll probably be sleeping.
yeah, you'll fall
While you-
asleep on the
yeah.
couch, and we will explore that because I think if I saw it, I was a kid and I don't remember it, and you said you hadn't seen it yet.
I've never seen it because I didn't want to waste time because everyone said it sucked.
Yeah.
which is
So we'll decide if
We'll
it really
decide
sucks.
that.
Yeah, we'll let you know
yeah.
if it sucks or not.
Everyone needs to calm down.
Yeah.
All right.
So, but that's that.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you
Thank
for
you.
coming on.
Thanks.
Yeah. Don't talk
Love
too
you.
much.
You got anything you want to say?
Happy Valentine's Day.
No, I'm good.
Oh, she's so sweet.
Jason's looking
I'm
for
here for the
his.
stir fry. So.
Oh, yes.
I'm here for the
Yeah.
gangbang.
Jason's looking for his next in
I know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Huh? Next in.
guest.
Yes.
Oh.
He loves staring into your guys' eyes.
Oh.
He likes being the third man in his duo.
Yeah.
What's it? Yeah, no. Yeah. The first time we came down here and we actually had clothes on, I was a little disappointed. But it was still fun.
So a good time.
Mhm.
Good. Well, that's it.
Till next time, Jeff.
Till next time, Matt.